something like that.
Yeah, I can look at it.
But the ADAs have to be on site.
Yes, on site.
While you're looking at it, on number 8, we talked about the fact, I don't think there's 5 feet in that alley that you'd have enough room for a 5-foot setback if you're going to try to put those enclosures there.
As it is, there's not.
There's not enough room
it'd
for a
be
5-foot enclosure, so how would you get a 5-foot setback? To me, it seems to be easier just to say you can't have the carport, the enclosed carport, because there's no room for the 5-foot setback.
It's pretty difficult the way it's set up right now. However, if the applicant would adjust or, I mean,
We have to move the building, and that's my point. You have to tear the building. You have to move the building. So I just don't like to leave things open like that. I'd rather just see that the carports are not going to be enclosed.
No. Regarding our city engineer's comment about page 38, 39, and 40 being difficult to utilize.
I'm trying to.
What is being done to maybe, or is there any thought process into redesigning that to make this more user-friendly? Because I can see where our engineer's comment range followed through on this.
Well, the tentative map will have to be revised prior to the final map, and it's going to be reviewed by the engineering department, and all the comments and other conditions will have to be taken into consideration. As to how they do it at this point, I'm not sure, but they would have to find a way to comply with the requirements.
Also, where are we with our study about MVPs for parking?
At the time that we were working on the update of the zoning ordinance that issue came up, we are working with Public Works. What needs to happen first is a study needs to be conducted in order to find out the cost of the parking structure. And that's where we're at right now. We need to, I guess, compare comparables for properties within that area, and it seems like we might have to enlist the assistance of a realtor or an appraiser to help us with the information that's required before we can come up with a cost.
Do we have a time frame on that?
No, but we are working on it, and
So it seems to me that the city's losing a lot of funds here with some of these projects that have gone in the downtown area and the surrounding areas. $800 is not adequate to build a parking spot, obviously. So, we're just, eventually we're going to run out of parking. We're not going to have the funds to do anything about it.
I can come back maybe next meeting and maybe after talking to the other departments, then give you a time frame on that.
Norma, I noticed on the map, it's 38, 39, 40 is missing.
Yeah.
Was that changed in an attempt to make it more accessible to parking?
Maybe the applicant expressed it, and I believe the map has been revised from the first submittal. So I believe that's been a change that's been made in order to comply with the conditions. However, maybe the applicant can respond to that. In reference to the parking, I found three ADA parking spaces.
Not yet.
Norma, you said 388 spots are required. Is that for the project, or is that supposed to be on the primary site, or can they be?
On the primary site, on site.
Currently, if I'm reading this right, we only have 188 spot? Or am I missing something?
Number 14, 15,
Oh, okay, I know that's it. So those are going to have to be
they don't have
expanded.
loading ramps.
So is that going to, obviously with the expansion of those 88 spots, that's going to cut into the dimensions of the exit into the alleyways. Because ultimately all those spots would have to be moved out, right? Does that leave us enough clearance? Alright.
Just by looking at the map, I don't have an answer, but again, the map would have to be revised to comply with, before the final map is approved.
Okay, I'll ask one more question on the water discussion. My experience with ADA is that if there's not a duplication of services, if a service is offered on the second floor that's not offered on the first floor, then the entire second floor has to be handicap accessible. Is that not correct? For example, I'm just giving an example, there's an insurance company downstairs and an insurance company upstairs, and that would qualify as just being accessible because there was an insurance company on the first floor as well as one on the second floor. But if there was no insurance company on the first floor and only an insurance company on the second floor, then the second floor would have to be accessible.
I'm not familiar with that, but that would be with the building permit stage, and I know Mr. Williams would be the one. I don't have an answer for that.
I'm just trying to think back when I used to plan check. The reason I asked was because they mentioned in here that should the second floor units be used or occupied for medical services, then an elevator would be put in. But I didn't think it was just for medical. I thought it was for any services of the replication. And we had an instance in a college that I taught at because they only offered certain classes on the second floor. And then so they had to put an elevator in because the history department wouldn't offer a class on the first floor.